Well, folks, once again, good morning and welcome to the Lions Den. It is Thursday morning. I want to thank you for tuning in. All our fans, we love you. Thank you for hanging out. And once again, Coach Taylor here in the house. You're going to see us a little separated as we try to stay safe, more than 6 feet. Coach, good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you to be back here with us. Some of our fans want to hear about our game Friday night and want to hear about this coming Friday. So like we do always, want to say thanks to Ozona National Bank for bringing you the Lions Den here Thursday mornings and bringing you the live coverage every Friday night, and along with all our other sponsors. And this is the game recap brought to you by Huddle. Once again, we remind you we're not school. Our coaching staff doesn't have nothing to do with the plays picked out or what replay comes on this screen. So, Coach is probably looking at it for the first time, or have you seen this,
That
Coach?
is correct. It'll be the first time.
Okay, so we'll just talk about what we see, guys. So here we go. This is the recap brought to you by Huddle here at the Lions Den. I guess Friday night, we started off pretty good, Coach.
Sir, it was a heck of a game by our kids. I mean, they fought hard all night.
We were the first ones to score, so that I know that made our crowd go crazy out here in Crockett County.
Right. This is a big play to Marco. You know, something we did Friday night was we stayed in our spread sets. You know, we wanted Jesse to kind of take care of the ball game for us. We wanted to leave it in his hands, and you know, we have a lot of trust in him and just what he can do. And you know, here's a great run by Joe Derrick, somebody that stepped in for Popo, taking the running back position. And I mean, he's done a heck of a job for us running the ball.
Logan Fay, another kid that's been stepping up pretty much in the last couple of games.
Sir. This is a big catch. This is exciting time right there. That was a good play. And Logan Fay has stepped up big time catching the ball for us.
I did notice, Perez, I mean, he was playing like it was the last game of his life.
And this is a good throw and catch here. We kind of ran our freeze play, get him to jump off sides and take the shot down the field. And he wasn't very open. Jesse got it in there. Marco did a heck of a job catching it. You know, and this right here, this little trickeration right here, and not going to lie, when I was watching it, it wasn't looking too good as it was unfolding, but Lane did a good job. You know, he's real calm in the pocket too for not really getting to do much throwing in the pocket. We may have had a lineman downfield, but it doesn't count if the officials don't see it, right?
Well, they weren't seeing a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm not going to get into that, but for somebody that doesn't follow, you know, I do watch high school football, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'll let you keep talking about our plays right here.
You know, and Jose and Marco, you know, those two guys we've talked about before, but those are guys that hadn't played football in a while. And, you know, as seniors, they've stepped up and they're making a lot of plays for us. This one kind of a little underthrown, but Jose was able to come back and get it and get back into the end zone. You know, and once again, great run by Joe Derrick, a tough run. Something you can see at the end, maybe hard on our sideline, but he just trucked Mason's quarterback right there, and that was a big, big dude. That was a heck of a job by Joe Derrick.
And there's the stats and the players of the game.
Yeah,
as of Huddle, yeah.
Those kids did a good job. We're very proud of them.
Player of the game was Jesse Vega. 18-20 final score, man. That's.
They did end up scoring another one late that kind of iced the game. It ended up being 27-18.
That's right.
But it's all right.
Well, Coach, like we do every week, you know, we're going to sit here and kind of talk about Friday night. I mean, we gave our fans and their fans a football game. I mean, as I was saying earlier, man, I'm not one to complain about rest, but to see some like even you, I think at one time was trying to talk to him. It just shows that some calls were missed. It seemed like lots of calls were missed, and we're not going to put the blame on that, but it's still aggravating to see some stuff like that happen in a football game. As a coach, I mean, it's got to be hard because you still got to be a leader for your kids, but I mean, it's got to be aggravating.
Right. It's and it's a little bit more aggravating when it's such a big game, I think. If it was, a game where we're up by 30 points, you kind of let things slide a lot more, but when it's going to be a game like this and, every inch counts and just every little play makes such a big difference, there were some things that were frustrating, and I talked to him quite a bit about just different things that we were seeing that they weren't seeing, and it's something, and we tell the kids this all the time, even though, we may argue, yell, or whatever, we said, but are they going to change their minds? No. And that's something we talk about with them, to not argue with teachers or whoever. We're not, they're not going to change their minds. It's, we got to be better at it too. And we always tell the kids that, but that was definitely that type of game. We were kind of a little more on edge, I guess, and just every little thing means so much that,
Yes.
That makes it a little more frustrating. But our kids, our kids were almost too excited for this game. They've been waiting on it forever, since the beginning. That's kind of been one of those that's been circled on the schedule, so to speak. And, you could just see it in the locker room during pregame, just the nerves that they had. I mean, we go the very last thing we do pregame is kick an extra point, and it took us almost 5 tries to make one. And they were just going everywhere, all over the place. And, and the kid was just, he was just so nervous, and I couldn't control it. And, so whenever we call him up, talk to him, whatever, before we go out, I told him a joke just to kind of calm their nerves a little bit, make them laugh for a second. I said, you still got to go out there and have fun. You can't be so tense that we can't perform, just because they were just so tense. But man, they came out and they performed, and they deserved to win. That was a heck of a ball game they played, and against a heck of an opponent. And I will say that, the opposing coach, he was very impressed with our kids. He told me it was the most physical game he's ever been a part of, and he couldn't believe how physical we were.
And you know what, Coach? I did read that somewhere in their Mason Facebook page or something like that, where nothing but good compliments towards our team. Like, they pretty much said they played a good team, and we knew that. We knew that from the beginning. And one of they are like you said, a powerhouse. I mean, they've been winning district for a while now, and it takes me back to one of those movie lines from Woody Harrelson when he's playing Wesley Snipes in that basketball movie, and he says, if I make this basket, I'll walk out of here, I'm still gonna be a chump. But if you miss the basket, you just got beat by a chump. And I think
Right.
If they came with that mentality, they found out that we weren't chumps. I mean, it seemed like every time somebody made a mistake, the other team scored. And it was back and forth all night, and it was going to be one of those games where whoever got that last,
Right.
incident to happen, it was gonna be the.
And that's something else we talked about all week. I told the guys, they're the type of team that they're not going to make very many mistakes, if any. They're very sound, very disciplined. And as we talked about, we have to play perfect. We have to have a perfect game to really have a chance to win that. And we did great for a long time, but we had crucial mistakes. We had, a couple crucial mistakes, and it's just against a team like that, it's really hard to beat them when you make those mistakes.
And one of the things we talked about, back to the rodeo world. It's 8 seconds, but one wrong move, it's going to cost you.
That's right.
It's going to cost you the ride. And the good thing about it is you hit the ground, you dust off, and you get up and do it again.
Right.
And I think our boys are able to do that. I got to talk to a few of them and told them that, at the end of the night, in my eyes, the ones that had more explaining to do is probably going to be them when they get back to the house. If they came here with a mentality that they were just going to take over our football field, it woke
Right.
them up, and they're going to have to work harder to get ready for the future games. So, I think our fans were excited regardless. I think we played some good football, and I don't know, just the kids, all the ones I talked to, I'm glad I got to talk to them, tell them to keep their heads up because it was a heck of a game. I mean, it was an exciting football game. So
It was, and something I told the kids afterwards is, it's gonna sting for a while. It's not the result that we wanted. I mean, because they wanted it bad. I mean, more than anything, they wanted that game, and it's gonna hurt for a while. But we have to refocus. We have to beat Johnson City. And I told them, if you want to feel better, or just kind of make up for this feeling right now, is we make a deep run in the playoffs. Go further than they can go in the playoffs. Just something like that. To really focus on, get better each week, and just keep this train rolling. And then you'll start to feel a little bit better.
and as we talk about that, Coach, I mean that'll pretty much wrap up Friday night against the Punchers, and start talking about this week. These boys are going to be pumped come Friday night. I mean, after what happened Friday, after that loss, I think, like you said, they're already putting it in their head. And one of the things that I told these kids was like, the season ain't over. I mean, don't sit here and give up because we're still in the playoffs, correct? So
Right. Yes, and that's another thing. And the kids were really good about talking to themselves about it too. Is this isn't it. Like this, that was a huge game. It wasn't the state championship though. We're still going. Johnson City is who we have. Friday here at home, which is we're excited to have it at home. And it's a makeup game that we had originally scheduled for the first week of district, and that's something the kids have kind of kept kind of in the back of their mind. Is there's kind of a little bit of I don't know if it's resentment, anger, whatever word you use, but they're still kind of angry about that happening that first week of district. So they're kind of ready to take it to Johnson City tomorrow night to kind of give them a little payback for canceling on us the first time.
yes, sir. And as we get ready for Friday night, I guess one of the questions that I had or I've been thinking about since the Friday night game is, once you go to playoffs, I guess will this game, the outcome of this game, affect our playoffs in any kind or any way? Whatever happens this Friday, will it affect? Can it still affect what will
Right.
happen for the Lions football into the playoffs?
Going into this game, we're both 3-1 in district play, us and Johnson City. So this game is for second and third place. Winner will be second, loser will be third. And what happens playoff wise is, for that other district, they're already set. So if we win, we're second place. We'll play their third place team, which is Flatonia, and Johnson City would play Ganado as the third place and their second place team in that district. And so if we lose, for whatever reason, then we'll play Ganado. That'll be their second place team in that district, because one will play 4, 2 will play 3, type of thing. So Mason will play Weimer, which is their fourth place, and our fourth place in our district is really, it's way up in the air right now. It's between 3 different schools, and who knows what will happen on that right now. But right now for the playoffs, something that's beneficial is we've scheduled a stadium in San Antonio, Comalander Stadium, which is kind of the north central San Antonio, just under 1604, pretty close to their airport. Pretty good location, and it's a big stadium too, seats a lot of people. But with whatever happens with us, we've agreed to play Flatonia or Ganado next Thursday night at 7:30 at Comalander Stadium in San Antonio.
Okay. And it would be next Thursday. Okay, got you. I guess my question is it possible? I mean, I'm still going to be going against the Mason deal. I want to get further than them. Is that possible? I mean, is that something, a goal that you could give yourself? Okay, we're going to, at least,
It's definitely possible, and it's definitely a goal we want.
Okay.
We want to do that, and because it will make you feel a little bit better, even though we still lost. It'll make you feel a little bit better. But, it's a tough road. If we can get past this first round, we'd see probably Refugio in the second round, most likely, which that's always, that's another powerhouse.
Yes, sir.
They won state last year, I believe. They're at state championship most of the time. And most of those coaches were from Sonora previously, so that'll be a little extra motivation if we end up with Refugio. And I played with one of their coaches in college, so that would actually be kind of neat. But, Mason's Road, they'll run into Shiner eventually, which is the number 1 team in the state. And so that's kind of their powerhouse that they'll meet. But it's possible that we can get further. We're going to try to for sure.
Well, they already met a powerhouse when they met the Lions. I mean,
that's right.
Don't forget that. So, to get it out there again, come Friday, we get the W. We're playing their third-place team, and it would be on Thursday next week.
Correct. Thursday night, 7:30 in San Antonio against Flatonia.
I'm already working on plane tickets. If I can find a way to fly from Fort Worth to San Antonio and fly back, I'm working on it. So
it's right by the airport.
Yeah, so it'd be perfect. So, well, Coach, I mean, it's we're ready. We're ready. I think our fans, ones I talked to, none of them were upset. We knew we were playing a tough team last Friday, and coming this Friday, I think we're ready to root our Lions again, and root them for a win so we can try to make it to San Antonio.
That's right. And I will say this, reporter for San Angelo Times talked to me after that Mason game, and she was bragging about our fans. She couldn't believe how loud they were and just how great they were. She was really impressed.
Well, that's awesome. And talking about that, we were picked game to watch by Standard Times. Ozona picked to win 24-12. So, hopefully we double that,
That's right.
And want to say thanks to our fans. Last week, I think we had about 3,000 viewers watching the live coverage. So if you're a sponsor, I mean, there you go. You got 3,000 people looking at your logo up there and listening about your business. If you're a fan, thank you so much for tuning in. And, Coach, good luck to you and the boys.
Thank you.
And we'll be ready tomorrow night to bring you all the live action. Once again, thanks to Ozona National Bank for bringing you the Lions Den. And thanks to all our sponsors for bringing you the live coverage on Friday nights. I'm Ruben Cruz. My buddy's still out there checking on gas lines or power lines or whatever. What is it? He checks, but he was trying to be here. And good luck, Quentin, out there in the field. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you Friday night.